The bank machine plugged in?
No, it's good. We're live. All right. We are live. We are live. Okay. Perfect.
Cool. Why don't you try? Oh, it looks so different.
Can I get a code?
Yeah.
I just saw it by chance on Instagram today.
Yeah, I taught an acting workshop on Sunday.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, there's something.
Yeah.
I'm not
July
logged in.
Oh, so it's
Well,
not
this was
for you.
adults, so it was pretty
What?
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking for the thing, but it's
No.
I know my sister texted me.
What
No,
were
don't
you
get me
doing
wrong,
that you
you
went
Kids is
somewhere else.
brilliant
No.
to fulfill in
No,
in
but
its
do
own
you
way.
prefer
Logged in
doing or
was-
teaching?
with
I
the
prefer doing
Richard
it.
account?
I logged
Are you gonna
into
go after, like,
the
Dungeons
Rumble
and
House
Theater
account.
here,
You need your
or-
Gorilla House one.
Not sure. Don't know.
Not quite sure yet. I'm because this project that I'm doing is the bulk of my time, and I kind of want to use it as a
It keeps
means
asking me for this.
to, anyway, celebrate
Yeah, go email Rumble House.
Calgary's
It just looks
artistic
different.
community because
Okay.
that's why I'm focusing
It's
on
okay.
Tim because
And then
if
I'll
focus
get
on
the
one
6
person,
code.
Why is
then
it?
you can get a
It
microscope.
looks different. They probably just updated the.
Oh, shit,
community
stop
at
doing
large.
that.
I wish things would stop.
But I'd like to
It's just coming in right
sell
now.
that
It
film and shop it
is.
around to festivals.
Yeah.
Cool.
I recently got back from Montreal and I went to a film festival
It's
over there
loading.
where
Sorry.
I learned a whole bunch
540.
about, for example, how do you
841.
pitch
Yeah.
a film to
I was
buyers.
gonna say, so the
Distributors.
producing side of it then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what really appeals to me, the whole production
533?
aspect.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
And
Oh,
so yeah, I'm
Kelly's
skewing
been
more
really good
towards
about
film. Obviously, I have an agent now,
Right.
but obviously there's not much work right now because of the strike,
Right.
which was I'm in solidarity with the strikers, of
Yes.
course. Yeah.
Scab!
I'm not a scab.
No.
Just kidding. Sorry.
Everything's good. It's good that there's independent work happening.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
very good. Okay, so we are live, and thank you to everyone for sharing. We're going to be sharing the live stream. I'm sorry for cutting off your conversation. I apologize. We are at Rumble 533.
Can you see that?
We have done this 500 times, and I'm still off screen when we begin. Rich was trying to find a good still for the bookmarks that he was making, and it was just my shoulder for all. And then he got a funny picture of me as payback because I was like,
That wasn't payback. That was the first opportunity.
the only one that I was on screen.
on screen.
Sorry. Okay, Rumble 533.
I'm not like that with the payback. That's not me.
I know that was me projecting.
I'm just saying, I don't do that.
It's still a funny picture.
I'm not saying I'm not a dick. I'm just I'm actively aggressive. I'm not passive aggressive.
That's a good call. So we are celebrating our 533rd time getting together. Yay! Woo! We have our wonderful
That
friends
was extra
here.
uppity. You know what it is? Sebastian's back.
Our wonderful Rumble friends here, and we got our wonderful Rumble friends online. And we are just getting people logged in to the cameras here, and we are going to begin. But first, I'm going to say, please share. We are live to YouTube and Facebook, and there is already quite a few shares, actually, and I very much appreciate it. But just so you know, the more people see the work, the more people support the artists, and then maybe we're here for one more month. And at first we were just saying that to be funny because we were like, yeah, this is good, this is rolling. But now it's actually like, if you share, maybe we'll be here in September. Not to be alarmist, but just telling you how it works. We have amazing artwork tonight. Rich Tiru was
I overdid it.
well, no, it's not overdid it. Whenever Rich is sitting in a spot for a long time, he ends up making a million pieces of art, and it's not overdoing it. He made about 21 paintings over the weekend. We were at the Blues Fest. We met amazing people there. So hopefully we see some new faces come down or online here. Yeah, it was just great music, and just the Blues Fest. If you haven't been yet, go next year. It's just it'll be the 20th anniversary next year, so that'll be a wonderful thing to go to. But yeah, whenever Rich is in one spot and can't move, he's just painting nonstop. So he actually, I wonder if the lady will come. There's just like this one moment where Rich had this canvas out and he was in between paintings and he had everything ready. The canvas was out, everything was there. And he was just like waiting for inspiration to strike him. And this wonderful person just walked up with a friend and she's like,
They asked what we did.
she's like, what do you do? We were talking and then
You should paint
she
me.
was like, no, she said, what do you have to do to get painted? And he was like, he just took my phone and took a picture. And then she was just laughing. It was just the most beautiful smile on her
I did
face.
bang it out in about 10 minutes.
And he banged the painting out. It was just so beautiful. It was a really lovely. So it's just like good times to be had. And so beautiful blues artwork here. And then Kathleen Moore's is moving, and so she's been she was the I hear my irritating voice and I can't talk.
Your voice
uh,
is not irritating.
Kathleen
Everybody
helped
tell
us.
Jesse your voice
No,
isn't
that's
irritating.
not what I meant.
One,
Oh,
2, 3. You're not irritating.
um.
And you're really pretty.
Oh my. So Kathleen is also really pretty. She brought in a bunch of really beautiful pieces of art as well because she is
Brought in.
moving, and so last week she brought. There's one Enriquito here from before, and then also she brought some other pieces. So we're posting up a bunch of the artwork that she brought in that will be in the auction, and I will click in these guys. Add to stream. Amazing. So we have Rich Teru's studio cam there. We have Kelly joining us from her studio. And we have Dusty joining us from her studio on the loom. This is so beautiful. So I'm going to start with the land acknowledgement because I feel like I've been rambling for a while. And then
Ramble on.
I'm going to spin the wheel. We got some beautiful things. So,
Can I tell you something else?
sure.
Some of the times when you say on the loom, I think you're saying in the loo.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
And then I have a little panic attack.
Ah!
There's Dusty in the loo.
No, on her loom. I will enunciate.
Also, does this ever happen to other people than me? I have a tendency to multitask. Does anybody here ever multitask? One of my multitasking activities is if I have to go to the washroom and I have to do like hours of social media a day to keep the gallery open,
Yeah.
I will often think that a missed opportunity would be going to the washroom without my phone, which I disinfect all the time. Am I the only one that ever does this? Okay, so let's say hypothetically, if I wanted to relax in the bath, I'm not going to be relaxing if I know I have a whole bunch of stuff I have to do for social media. So I often will like multitask these things, which is to say a lot of the social media that I have to do. She used to get really irritated, by the way. She thought I wasn't paying attention to her. It's like, no, I'm trying to keep the gallery open. And then I let her do it for a week. And then she's like,
and then you're like, you want to
way
do it? I'm
more
like,
support.
no.
And then so, come on in.
Hi, hello. Come on in. We're just getting started.
This
so
would be a
we're
weird
just-
time to
yeah.
walk into the story, but what I was going to say is I have this weird habit of while I'm doing the social media and hopping into the tub, looking down and realizing I'm recording for a reel. And I haven't, as of yet, hit send to my Instagram while
Just
I'm hopping into the
apologize in
tub.
advance.
But it's also, I have this like weird anxiety, like, did I upload that reel? Is it in? Because I just see myself and I'm like, whatever. I'm trying to like get stuff ready to turn the tub on, put my bubbles in, and then I looked down. I was like, why is this recording? Oh my god, why is Instagram open? And so
Apologies in advance. If
I
anything
don't think that
occurs.
happened this week.
I think there'd be a lot more people here if that did happen.
Pitchforks. Keep waiting for them to show up with the pitchforks.
Okay,
Also,
so
I shaved, so I'll be staying away from the camera tonight.
I'm going to. You're beautiful too. Okay. The Creator gifted us with this land. We are blessed to share and care for it together. We acknowledge that the land we gather on, Mohkinstsis, is the ancestral territory of the Siksika, Sitapi, the Siksika, the Kainai, the Piikani, and the Amska Pi Piikani. We acknowledge all the Treaty 7 signatories, including the Tsuut'ina people, as well as the Ayarhe Nakota Nations, Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Wesley. This land is also home of Métis Nation Region 3 and all others who call this place home. thank you everyone for coming. We are spinning the wheel. So we're just getting set up. We're spinning the wheel. First comes to us from Alexander Elliott, The Timeless. Stop focusing on my face. Focus on the
Can we
word.
talk about something else?
Sure.
So the people of the home world would not know this, but today is the day, and this is huge for me anyways, where since we opened, reopened after COVID, that's just the floor. If you're on the witness protection program, you're not in the shot. But we have had a chain across this room to create a sound barrier for the last 3 years. And today I just thought, this is bullshit. So I got rid of the chain. You're welcome to come up and, I don't know,
Like, it is pretty stuffy over here.
come and join us. But it has been kind of like one of my full-time jobs around here was to keep people out of this end of the gallery so that we could
It's
have
more
the sound work
sound,
online.
yeah.
But I think that's becoming less and less important for this portion of the event. Also, I'd like to start the rumor that there's a Yeti that will bite your ears off if you don't share the link. And then, because sometimes we ask
I like
people to share
that.
the link and they're like, I don't even know what that means.
I
But,
don't know what it means either, but I'm willing to listen.
oh, yeah, there's no Yeti. But let's start that rumor. Just,
You're not. You're
just
not.
amongst ourselves. Like, dude, if the Yeti finds out that you didn't share the link. So basically, on a night like tonight, to stay open, we would need like 70 people in here for the auction before COVID. After COVID, we have a very supportive 20 to 50 people that watch from home. Some nights we have 100 people, some nights we have 700 people. It all comes down to people coming in, opening. I know Facebook's for old people, but if you can find the Facebook page and click and share that,
Or YouTube, yep.
or the YouTube page to your friends and family, it makes the auction 10,000 times better. It's not that important that you share this link because we're going to start another one at 9:00.
Oh.
But to you
No,
guys,
it's still.
well, it helps. But to you guys, if you're selling work, it's way, 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 way better if we get it through to your minds that you will sell your work for more. There's also like an Uncle Ted factor that if you share your social media to your family, they might get the ball rolling on your piece, and the difference might be between like, $50 and $300. It doesn't mean they have to buy it for $300. It just means they might be interested in boosting it up, right? So if you have two people that want the piece, the value goes way up. If you have one person that's willing to pay $20,000 for the piece and nobody's bidding again, they can get it for like $13. That's a lot of information. I apologize for rambling, but
No, it's good because I'm sure a lot of people want to help and they just.
so let's start that rumor that there's like a.
Oh, yes.
I want something less Yeti and more like. When I look at you and I was about to say this, do you know anything about the Philippines?
No.
Okay, in the Philippines, there's a witch with just guts that
And
flies
wings.
around. And I don't know why I blinked at you when I said that. Feeling super awkward now.
Okay, so another thing we do at the beginning of the night is I just spun the wheel, got 3 random pieces of inspiration, and I really do
But
like
a
when
witch
you.
with no legs and just guts. What's that witch's name?
I will look that up if anyone knows.
Flies around eating children that sneak out at
There,
night.
it was when I was teaching at St. Mary's. Actually, one of the girls in grade 9 did a sculpture of her, and that was a really weird tie over. I was like, "How did you know her?" She's like, "No, it's like what my family tells about." Like, oh, so people know. Okay, first piece of inspiration comes to us from Alexander Elliott. Talk in the dark. God gave King Solomon an understanding heart. Ordinary people sometimes get one too, but just what function does an understanding heart perform? Unless my emotions are irradiated with light and cool thought processes, I'm body-bound to behave in a reactive, nonsensical, and violent fashion. Unless my thoughts are imbued with dark and warm feeling processes, on the other hand, I'm brain-bound to barren slyness and melancholy speculation. So an understanding heart, as I imagine this, would be a beautifully developed and balanced organ situated like a physical heart in the wellspring of one's circulatory system. Thus placed, It would mediate between light and dark, warm and cool, the conscious brain and the unconscious liver, spleen, etc., vortexing, as it were, tasting the entire mix from moment to moment. As Mephistopheles remarked to Faust, blood is very special fluid. What's our first piece of inspiration?
Her name is Mana Nongal.
Oh, Mananongal. See? Thanks, Chelsea. I love this. Like, this is awesome because we always come up with these questions and always someone's on it and they always answer the questions for us. So there we go. And the second piece of inspiration comes to us from this game of storytelling. It's a really beautiful book of inspiration. And it says, Ink. Prepare a story involving things written or drawn, manifestos, diaries, contracts, signing on the dotted line, tattoos you relish or regret, a time you wanted to yell, stop the presses, documents that finally solve the mystery, notes and letters you wish you could take back. The pen is mightier than the sword. No pencils allowed. So second piece of inspiration is ink. And the third piece of inspiration comes to us from Rick Rubin. Another
Gina?
beautiful.
Was looking it up, and Chelsea got to it first.
Oh, Gina is usually, yes. There
She said,
too.
"Hats off to Chelsea.
Fastest
You win round one."
Fastest Googler around.
set of steak knives coming your way.
I could use those.
right.
They always have these trivia contests. Jess and I are both teachers, and in the school year, they always have these like classroom pep squad challenges. And I know for a fact the same teachers that win every year are always 1,000% the ones Googling the answers. And so,
That's what we say.
I know.
do you do
Yeah,
that?
right.
No.
I don't.
There's always the same teachers winning, and we're like,
So not only that, it's on an honor system that is saying who always answers first. So last semester, I got mad and I decided, fine, I'm going to cheat. I gave all the answers to my kids before lunch, and we're supposed to start. They did the questions at like 1 o'clock, and I posted a kid by the office to go get the answers. So I know for a fact we got our answers in like before everybody else by like 10 minutes, and they just obliterated our.
Your entry?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's not good.
Did they obliterate your entry because you cheated too obviously?
because it
or
was
did
too
they-
fast.
Or
Yeah.
did they obliterate your answers because the system is rigged?
Both.
I've been flippant about cheating for sure, but
Most of the academic misconduct cases at the university from the first semester of COVID were people who were doing like 2% quizzes. Like it's worth 2% of your grade, but they did it in 30 seconds. And then they just hit submit immediately, even though you had like 30 minutes to do it.
No.
And that's when they got caught.
That's
So-
see?
That was their first academic misconduct.
I missed part of that. What was the? They weren't spending enough time on it.
They were.
Yeah, they were spending 30 seconds when they should spend 30 minutes. The
Oh, I
prof
see.
thought it takes like 30
This-
minutes
yeah.
to an hour. We're giving you extra time because it's COVID. Everything's online. We don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know how to write online
But
quizzes.
30 seconds is a little suspicious.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't even read it at that.
Exactly.
We do these remiss things every year. We have to watch it.
Oh God, you just sit them on and
Oh,
let
you
them
just
run.
unlocked something, a
No.
core memory in my past. The women's safety.
But after like 10 years, it's the same thing. So you know all the answers, but they still make you watch the video. So if
And
you're
you
watching
can't
the
go
videos and
forward.
you try and
Yes.
go forward, they're like, no, you know that
Oh
you
my
like.
god. Women's used
They
to
won't
be
let
like
you go
front and
forward.
center.
Yeah.
Right.
If I can
Ours
pass the
can't.
test, I should be able to skip the video.
But we
The
can't.
workplace
We
hazardous
sometimes have,
information
Like they won't
system.
let us.
Oh, I
Don't
think
leave
it's WHI.
until
No,
it's actually
material.
gone through. You've skipped
Oh, I
too
didn't
fast.
do that for
You
you.
have to read it.
Workplace? No.
Oh, wow.
Elementary school, junior
We
high,
have
high
like
school.
3 to 4
I
hour
went to high school
presentations
in India,
sometimes,
and
and
they
I
didn't have
will admit
workplace
I watch
safety.
them on
This
like
would have-
double speed. So you're still watching it, just
Still
people
watching.
are talking really fast.
Exactly.
Like I don't have 3 hours for this.
No.
I have an hour and 20 minutes.
Life is short. Okay, last piece of inspiration. Seeds. In the first phase of the creative process, we are to be completely open, collecting anything we find of interest. We call this the seed phase. We're searching for potential starting points that with love and care can grow into something beautiful. At this stage, we're not comparing them to find the best seed. We simply gather them. A seed for a song could be a phrase, a melody, a bass line, or a rhythmic feel. Or for a written piece, it may be a sentence or a character, a sketch, a setting, a thesis, or a plot. That's perfect. Okay, so what was the first one? Something
The first
heart.
one was hearts and like blood and
Hearts and blood.
Hearts and blood.
Second one is ink, and the third one is seeds. Those are good pieces of inspiration. Thank you. I was like, I knew it was a heart. So we're gonna make art for 2 hours. We have lots of artwork. I already actually started putting up the artwork because there was a lot to put up. And then I'm gonna make art for 2 hours, and then at 9 o'clock we're gonna have a new live broadcast to find. We're gonna auction all of the work off. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to me blather, and we will begin. The
For
fun
everybody
part.
that's been getting their news from Facebook for the past 10 years,
it's not allowed anymore.
we bought a newspaper, so we're going to read the newspaper to you.
We're just gonna,
Oh, good.
we'll just sit and read the newspaper to you.
I actually have no problem with newspapers getting paid for their efforts. But
Me neither. If Google decides that they're not going to jump through the hoops to pay people for their labor, then it will become really, really difficult for people to access news. But I think it's okay if people stuff.
how would Google do it? Google would ban news? No, because like you can still go to a.
pay them.
Yes,
Yeah.
Facebook just doesn't
I
want.
put the banner up on the page.
Yeah, I saw that. That's awesome.
Okay.
Thank you, Kelly.
No problem.
I have been wanting to test the system out, but we also use Facebook to keep the gallery open. So I did. Like if I ever shoot my mouth off on Facebook, if I got put in Facebook jail for a month, that would be 4 weeks of no income for the Rumble House.
Oh, no.
Yes, I also have something
You'll be in
exciting.
this auction for-
Yeah.
Is that-
So what's going to happen is August 30th, they're replacing our electrical panel in the condo here.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to have an overhead light that's going to go over top of this table. So you're gonna-
Oh,
No, I'm just me.
that's awesome.
yeah, so I'm happy.
It's still meaty. I'm less meaty than I
They're
was.
not as slim as they used to be. Their styles are getting,
Zara,
they're slightly.
lately I've been enjoying. I don't know how to pronounce them. Deuer pants.
Yeah.
And I just decided I needed new pants when I dropped that weight.
Yeah.
And I tried them on. I love them. They look like pants, but they feel like sweatpants. And I get my shirts. I think I might start going to Simon's unless there's something wrong with Simon's that I haven't learned about yet. Like, did you guys have questions?
Can we move tables?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is
so make
there
yourself
any
comfortable.
rules?
No, just as long as you're safe and everyone's safe.
Fumes.
Watercolors and
No.
markers.
No, no, no.
Like, don't use like poisonous fumes.
Do
Like-
Sharpie markers count? No, I don't even have Sharpie
You
markers.
can
I
huff
only
the
have
Sharpie
alcohol.
markers if you want.
I love huffing Sharpie
Spray
markers.
cans we'd rather use outside.
No spray
There
cans.
are there like our rules are kind of outdated. We used to tell people that only one person allowed in the bathroom. But that's because we had like high school kids showing up and
No.
getting drunk in the bathroom. So
Yeah.
if you're over, 18, I don't care if you go in the
Really,
bathroom.
as long as you're happy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, there's a
everybody's
door.
consenting.
Please don't place a table right in front of the door, or something equivalent.
It
but
could
not
make it-
obvious to me.
It could make it interesting for people to. It'd be like a performance piece.
You know what?
I'm not trying to cause trouble, but
No,
sometimes
if you
I'm
put your
oblivious.
table in front of the door and as everybody came and bumped into you, said, "Could you please click the live share?"
Yeah.
I would give you $100.
I don't need $100.
Okay.
Bring the tables up here.
That's
Yeah,
really
we can bring a
awesome.
table up.
Also, I wanted to do a shout out because you were talking about Sebastian was talking about a documentary he's working on, and our friend Julia Romano is directing a play in the Fringe Fest in Edmonton. So I shared the link earlier, but if anyone watching is in the Edmonton area, Train 1 to Coal Valley is going to be amazing. It's directed by Julia Romano, and I shared it on my Facebook, but I can share it out on Instagram too, because like I said, I guess I'm old. But yeah, so that's happening Fringe Fest 17th to the 27th. So.
What's the name of the show again?
Train 1 to Coal Valley.
Train 1 to.
Coal, Coal Valley.
I believe I might be going to the Fringe Festival.
Cool. It says it's a story exploring masculinity, identity, connection, discovery, forgiveness, and love. It sounds very amazing. So
I went last year and I loved it.
It's supposed to be very good.
okay.
Okay.
Also, this is super random, but look, we found that the Halloween stuff's coming into Michael's now.
Always.
Wow.
This isn't for sale, but look how awesome this is.
That's why I said like I want a friend to like
Just hitting
get
the head.
married on
Can I-
Halloween, so I
Does it
can
have eyeballs
do the
inside of it?
decoration.
No, it doesn't. I
Just a
thought from
small-
afar
I
it
don't
did.
work there anymore, but I always-
You have one of your pieces if you're not
Fine.
voting canvas. So if you
Yeah.
want, you can take it with you, or we can put it
beautiful actually.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take
take it
it
with you. Okay, I can
and
grab
sell
it.
the other pieces.
Perfect.
Or try some of the other
The other,
pieces.
yeah, that sounds good.
Should I give it to you now?
Sure. Oh, do you have a picture
A picture. Oh my
of
goodness.
it, or maybe
Yes,
do you know
I
how
do.
to post it?
I think I remember how to post it. I go to the Rumble House Facebook page and
Yeah.
Find the event page.
find the event page and then
Click on discussion.
click on discussion.
We could help you. It would be really awesome.
More, I have seen it. I have almost been run over by it.
Yeah.
Loose canvas. Unstretched. A little spicy.
Spicy's good.
Yeah, so good to
Yeah, could be worse. Definitely not the spiciest thing.
You can like walk
My
across.
best friend moved to Toronto. So I always wanted to.
Your patches are so fun, Jess.
Yeah, they're so cute. I did those at the Blues Fest too. Because I had finally time to.
Nowhere.
No way, you liar, August.
You will burn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
like
can't wear a hat.
Go ahead, find you.
Yeah.
Search up Rumble House.
the UV isn't as strong.
Click on Rumble.
It's just
Yes.
it's
Oh,
plus.
I like that.
Click on
I
About.
know I like that.
Okay, then you can go. You can go wherever.
And if you scroll down, it'll say Halloween event.
I don't want to
Ah.
go touristy though.
One says tonight, 7 p.m. Rumble 5:33.
Discussion.
But it also
Click on
has,
there.
like, the nightlight.
Host an event or share?
If you actually want to like actually
Post in event.
post up or experience actual authentic North Indian food, they'll leave the place because it's like a mini North India. You get everything. And then if you want to go South India, then you go like Mumbai or Chennai. It's hard to get in and out of Mumbai because
I have
it's
friends that are gonna
Oh, hi, Beth.
I don't go anywhere by myself.
okay, that's fair.
So, the last time we went to LA, we went in a van and lived in LA for 2 months.
Yeah.
And we set up tent.
What was I just gonna do?
Reclining
Made
unit.
40 paintings in 19 days and traded 40 paintings for 40 paintings.
Yeah.
And then, so Venice Beach is the place where the phrase locals only came from.
What
It's
was
the
I
most
just gonna do?
territorial spot, but it always takes 3 days to become local. So,
In India, it takes a day if you're like nice.
yeah.
That's it.
Well, I think I would go with friends, and it sounds crazy, but like most of the time when I'm.
What else do I need to add to
it? Maybe we can work together.
Reclining nude acrylic
I
on
would
unstretched
go in
canvas.
tandem at the
Your
same
name?
time as them, so
My
that
name.
I'm stuck with this.
Opening bid?
But
And your
they're
opening bid.
abortions.
Yeah, that's usually the safest way to do it Asia anyways,
Yeah.
because it
I
can
also-
get a little sketch.
Live with my
I'm
dog,
blanking.
So it's.
Thankfully, if you're like in a rural enough area, they wouldn't understand you, so it'll be fine.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for.
I love that.
That's my life in Alberta too.
There you go. That's it.
Actually, it's funny. I went to
Thank you.
Drumheller to the museum with my daughter and my son.
Yeah.
In my brand new communist hat that Mark Vasquez brought me from Mexico.
Nice.
And all day, everybody's like up my ass. Like, why is everybody so aggressive here? And then I realized they are actually upset by my communist baseball cap. Yeah.
Really?
Or just my face.
I know that feel.
Scruffy looking communist. You call him scruffy looking.
Or more of a socialist. like the hat. Okay, so where are we at with the themes tonight, my dear?
Well, Heart and Blood, Ink, and Seeds.
I'm having a difficult.
Oh.
She's gonna enroll
It's
it
a Harlequin
anyways.
romance.
I'm just laughing at you struggling because
Yeah, you're doing good.
Not.
The
Yeah, you
Promethean
It's just
task.
for not.
Yes.
just roll the.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're not
good
supposed to go back there.
I'm just ah!
Did you feel the electric force?
Yeah, I did. It felt strange to be. I've never gone so past the bounds before.
Actually, if you talk to the people, I'm gonna go get your piece.
Well, what should I say to the people? What do they want to hear?
So you might do a soliloquy?
A soliloquy? Soliloquy? I can read
The
it.
words behoove, please.
The behoove. It would behoove me to share a story.
Yes.
Oh, that's perfect. I forgot you write stories.
Yeah.
And you have them in your pocket. That's amazing.
I recently got back from Montreal, and I wrote plenty of stories while I was over there. Of
Where we went last year.
mostly recalling what actually happened while I was there.
It'd be amazing if Montreal had like a royal mountain.
Yeah, it would be, hey? It's
Were
only
you there for the Fringe Festival?
no, I wasn't. I couldn't. I got back on Thursday, and I was there for.
Do they
11.
have a Fringe or is it just for laughs?
I was there for just for laughs,
Okay.
but they do have a Fringe festival as well that I sadly missed. I didn't see any.
So did
theater
you go
ones.
there for a reason, or did you just go for laughs?
Just for kicks, you know. I reread On the Road by Jack Kerouac while I was
Did you
there. I love it. I've
How
read
many
it
times
now.
have you read it?
This is now my third time reading
Yeah.
it.
The first time you're like, it's like reading Catcher in the Rye. The first time he's like, everybody said this book was great, but it's no Harry Potter. And then like the fifth time you read Catcher in the Rye, you're like, this book is awfully goddamn good.
Yeah. I recently reread Catcher in the Rye too. It was
Yeah.
my second time.
It's son of a bitch good.
Yeah, it's like a lightning rod. I'm like, oh goodness, I didn't realize that I related to this so much.
It's awful goddamn good reading.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Would you like to come back
Yeah,
to
here,
the?
here, I'll trade. I put your piece just there. Okay.
Yay. I'm actually really glad this didn't sell because I wanted it for myself. I was looking for it in my house.
Oh, that's good. See, everything works out. Everything is awesome.
You know what else is funny?
What?
Andrew donated a bunch of paintings for me to paint over, and I thought that was one of them, and I almost grabbed that and painted it over like 12 times. But I thought it was Andrew's. Not that
See?
I don't think it's
So
great.
it's extra magic
Yeah.
because it survived.
Serendipity.
With your ruby in it, so.
Survived.
Yes, we actually did. And I've seen you here before as well, when like before COVID many years ago, and I thought about it then, and I wasn't sure then, and I'm not sure now. But now that you say it, I'm
Yeah, like
But not 100% yet.
I'm
like
never
75%
100% sure.
there.
It's definitely something.
Oh, I'm still in the frame. Oh, that's a good shot. Okay.
Maybe I'll be sure about something.
Okay, what's the theme tonight?
Blood and
Heart things, but-
heart,
What year did you
Ink.
graduate?
seeds.
So I graduated in 2018.
Yeah, me too. We were in the same graduating class and everything.
Absolutely. But like, okay, our school, nobody talks to each other, so it's fine that we're like only now. Like, I think I saw you a lot of times in the hallway, and like that's now we're friends.
Yeah.
That's just how that school was. Honestly, anybody that you saw in the hallway more than once, you're like, we're friends.
Yeah, comrades.
Yeah,
We all
exactly.
went through it together.
Exactly.
Is that for departments or the whole school?
This is high school.
Oh, high school. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Because when I went to UC, it sort of felt like I was in a shopping mall and I had no connection to anybody.
Well, I'm friends with everybody in my major only because on the first day of orientation, they were like, we have a department club and you can come to our club room and be friends. And then I showed up this second day of school and then I never left. No, and then I never left. And then I was president of the club for 2 years. So now I kind of know
What
everyone.
department were you in?
Computer science.
Oh, okay.
She's still in it.
I'm still, okay, listen, you're so mean. Listen, I'm graduating after this semester.
Yeah,
So,
you're graduating before me, but I
yeah.
It's
So
okay, I'm
shit.
getting my degree in November.
We put a book
Nice,
out
yeah,
with a guy
exactly.
named Jim Parker. Is he still in the computer science department?
Jim Parker?
Yeah, he used to be computer science. I think they moved him to the arts.
Was he a prof or an administrator or
Prof.
a prof? Parker. I don't remember a Parker as a prof.
I don't think there was a director of the project. I looked at the directory quite often.
Yeah, so probably then he has changed, like you said.
I think for years he was in the computer department, and then they moved him to the art department. And then we put art and space with him through the Canadian Space Agency.
Oh, cool.
Took a sculpture class in my last semester of university.
Who'd you take it with?
Terry Reynoldson.
Not Terry Reynoldson.
He's awesome. What are you talking about?
I've never heard the name.
No?
Sorry.
He's,
But we're picking a fight.
No,
he's really great.
Why wouldn't you pick up it?
I've never even heard. So that was completely fake. Fake news. I wasn't vetted. Holy crap! It's 7:41. How did that happen?
I know time is flying. We're just having a nice
It's
time.
because I had 4 days to draw the blue stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And a whole day
Yeah,
to
what
get
are the
ready.
rules for tonight? Like, if you have 21 pieces, do you need to produce one this evening? You don't have 21.
I'd like to produce one, but
Does that make it more
we're not
pressure or
exactly
less
sure.
pressure?
I've never not made a piece, so that's pressure. I also don't feel like painting right now because I just finished 21 paintings.
Yeah.
I also don't understand the theme.
It's like I have so many ideas tonight. I'll paint your painting.
What's
for
your idea? What's your idea?
Well, you know, because I have been working on those little like round ones.
What about this jug from the 1970s?
Love it.
In between a portrait or landscape.
Perfect.
Those are like the two most different things you could be between.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
That's like the
extremes are-
whole spectrum of things you can make.
That's the alpha omega. You need a square canvas.
Something
Everything's
close and
funny.
specific or just like general, like that's
I just the funniest
that's quite a
thing.
range. I don't know. Landscape. Go for a landscape.
No,
You know what I
Unless
said?
you're feeling
No.
portrait. No,
I
you're
said you need a
everything
square
you do is a
canvas.
portrait. You should do a landscape, really.
I don't
Instead
like
of this
landscape.
one
I
or
don't
this
like
one, you can just turn
making
it
textures.
There'd have to be
or a
symmetrical.
circular. Oh my god.
Like yours.
That is
What were your ideas, sorry?
the most boring.
I just see like ink pouring out from a heart. It's
Ink
probably
is
too
good.
literal.
Yeah, ink coming out of a heart. I'm sorry. I'm stealing your
Oh yeah, because that's the other thing I bought from the Michaels with the Halloween stuff is a black heart
Yes, I
vase.
take like talking about sand.
I'm very excited about it.
Things that are
And also, I kill flowers, so I'll just put dead flowers in there, and when they die, it'll still look cool when they're dead in the heart.
I like.
That works.
That works.
It's like I won. It's like red roses and dead roses.
Flowers just die always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really sweet. All of Felix and Robin got went to co-op to get flowers for different people. They had their adventure on the train, and they got
Wait,
um,
Felix and Robin?
Yeah.
Okay.
and they got Shauna an orchid in a pot.
Yeah.
And Felix was like, you know, because you kill stuff. And then because they got me a bouquet of flowers, like they were cut, and I was like, "You're so soft.
I don't think that's what he said.
You know me so well."
I think he said that he got his mom plants because she likes to keep them alive.
Alive,
That is the exact opposite of what you just
but
said.
no, he said, you know, because you killed them. It was like
I
they're
don't think
already
he said
dead.
that. I don't think that's true.
It was really funny.
It's cute the way you tell it, but I don't think that's what happened.
I think he said a
I call
version
bullshit.
of that because he was like,
Where did I get this blue?
it still has the wrapping on.
I know, it doesn't seem like it's mine. If it was mine, it wouldn't have the wrapper.
It's yours now.
Okay.
I run out of some color a lot quicker, as you can tell.
Yeah.
But then I don't want to rebuy a whole palette with those colors because then I want to use up the dark colors ever.
I'm doing it. I'm gonna do a Chen-Li paint marker painting.
Yes. Inspired by Chan.
Am I? Oh no.
You don't have to.
What are the things start?
Blood and heart,
Just some things.
ink,
I'm not.
seeds.
I'm thinking.
What if I
You know what the struggle is? The themes tonight are all items. They're not ideas.
Yeah.
No, the
Normally our
themes,
themes are ideas.
if you sew them together, seem to me like a bodice ripper with pirates, and I feel like I've taken them and visualized the worst possible incarnation, and I'm trying
Themes
to
tonight:
reproduce-
pirate bodice ripper.
Why pirates?
Why pirates?
Not like why pirates as in oh no pirates suck, but why pirates specifically came from this
First of
idea.
all was pirates.
That's exactly what I'm saying. What do you mean why pirates?
But secondly, what were the themes?
Seeds and hearts and blood and ink.
Right?
You're awesome.
Doesn't that sound like the awful part of a pirate story?
That is so good.
Seeds and hearts and blood and ink.
Yeah, I think of seeds. as
Oh, I
the
would say
weird
more a
things, yeah.
vampire, but maybe that explains our
A
upbringing.
vampire doesn't
What
have
other ways
seeds.
to think about seeds?
Pirates would go around leaving their seeds everywhere. What's so funny?
Well, you're not wrong.
Not wrong.
You're really not wrong.
I'm
like,
so glad that
It
nobody's
really
judging
wasn't
me.
in a good way, I think, most of the time. But
No, but that's like, yeah.
I mean, they're always
This is
better
fun.
than organic songs, you know.
I feel like
You're having a good time.
A lot of people can
Whoa.
their ancestry from Daniel Stone.
I sort of think
Yeah, not a lot of people can.
that is a memory stick.
So,
How would they know?
That's unfortunate.
It's not my memory stick. It's in my jar. It's not a memory
This
stick.
brush is dead.
This-
It's a tiny
It's a
pencil
knife.
sharpener.
Oh.
pencil sharpener.
It is
I'm
for
just
like
gonna
the
paint it on.
Stedler.
Wild pirate sowing his seeds like a farmer.
Oh,
The
Rich,
pirate
like that,
farmer.
like that Nina Simone song.
Whoa. No.
Pirate Jenny. Have you ever heard that song?
Pirate Jenny, I can get into.
Oh my gosh. It's like from this play, and it's this woman that's like, she's, so Nina Simone took it from this play, and she's like reinterpreting it and singing it, and it's like the most powerful thing. Like it came
Oh,
on
that's
in the
so
car,
weird.
and I was just like shaking. Like I was like seeing the
listen to
whole
it.
thing.
Over and over. Like it's probably one of the few songs when we're in the car we will put back and start over.
Yeah, because like if you like see something or get distracted, it's like no, we need to start this over again. And it's like, yeah, it's like this pirate, and she's just like fronting as this like housekeeper, and it's like the degradation that she faces, and it's
Right.
like
So she's
just
cleaning
wait,
the floors,
yeah,
but later on at night she's gonna have her shipmates blow up the town.
like everything, and then she just like growls, and it's the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
Maybe near the end of the auction we'll play it.
Yeah, it is so good. What are you working on tonight, Sandra?
Pirate Jenny.
Pirate Jenny.
Who isn't?
Oh, that's Frida. So
And I
cute.
put a heart in it tonight.
Oh,
And well,
It's- it's made out of ink.
And I'm gonna use ink.
Oh, that's so nice.
But I don't know, there's been a lot of dragonflies in my house lately.
Really?
I love it. We have like 2 little ponds in the back,
Oh, that's
and that's where they birth themselves.
yeah.
Paxton was walking to the bus stop. He's like, "Mom, it was surreal. He's like, I was surrounded by dragonflies, and they followed me and
That
came
is
with me
realize
to the
that's
bus stop.
really
Like,
powerful.
not just one. He said like 20 of them.
That's cool.
Like I was like,
You know.
Do they mean change? Is it
yeah,
like
change and a loved one is around.
Well, change is gonna come.
That's what I said.
That's so nice.
Change and then like loved ones who've passed over.
Oh.
And it was around. So it was kind of
That's really
Good sign.
interesting. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
This kind of sits well with my Moby Dick aesthetic as well.
Yeah, totally.
I'm friendly, but
That's not a piece of charcoal.
Art is such a
I'm sorry. Leave me alone. Stop laughing. There's plenty of people to laugh at here.
Actually, this is a pretty good place to laugh at people. There's a plethora of people.
You brought me.
Hey, how did you guys find this place?
So I actually used to come every single week for a few months,
Yeah.
like before COVID.
Yeah. How did you find it the first time though?
My boyfriend AJ brought me here, and
Right.
he had been coming here since he was in like middle school, like on and off every so often,
Cool.
because he was friends with Emily from middle school,
Right.
from like 10 years ago or something. I don't know.
The connections.
So,
yeah.
And then this is my friend from university who's like, we should make some art, and I was like, I know a place.
Yeah! That's so
I
fun.
haven't been there in
Story.
ages, but I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fun.
What an amazing origin story.
Yeah,
That is a good
long history.
And I met her because she invited me into her cult.
Into her cult. This is excellent.
The department club for computer science. But yeah,
When you're the
Yeah, no.
president, it's your cult.
sure, yeah.
What do computer science cults do? What
We just have events, and we have a club room, and we have a lot of running jokes that last for years, actually.
right?
That is so good.
So it makes it kind of culty if people show up for the first time, and we keep making references, and like every sentence requires like a 15 to 20 minute explanation
Backstory,
of
like
the lore. Yeah, so that makes it sort of kind of feel like a cult. But
it's actually like this place.
We actually fight really hard to keep this place from.
If you run a cult, the answer is yes.
probably yes. If I run a cult, you certainly run a cult.
Like long standing, you can
Yeah,
go
like-
and come
like
back
many
anytime you want, and
years.
we'll still be here.
Back week after week, we hand over our money with no questions.
Thursdays.
Our
Tithe-
house is
tithing.
filled with your art.
Yeah.
There's clearly a 10% of our income that goes to the art.
It would be funny if like the online just went quiet until we stopped talking about it and then come back in.
Actually, we meant to come last week or something, or maybe the week before.
Yeah.
But then something came up, so then it didn't happen. And then she was like, "Are you sure we can we're gonna miss it?" And I'm like, "It's fine, we can go next week." And she's like, "Are you sure it's gonna be there next week?" I'm like, I'm
Every
pretty sure. I'm pretty
Every good
sure
cult,
we could
we're
miss
here
it
every
for the
week.
next 6 to 8 months, and then you would
Oh,
probably.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Touch and
We're
go.
getting into sketchy moments, but yes, you
do
should.
something somewhere.
Yeah, I like that. I like that sureness.
Under your purple tent.
Yeah. If we're not here, look for a purple tent.
Yeah, right.
We have.
I was like, they're artists. They're not gonna stop making art. The venue might change, the details might change, but they will congregate and
You have a
make
good
art.
soul.
I love this so much. I'm so happy.
We're gonna actually what do you call it when you raise up a level?
Evolved.
You're ascending right now to Grandmaster Poobah.
Grandmaster.
I love it.
We actually go way out. I'm sure you do too. Actually, go out of your way to make sure that it doesn't become a cult, because there is a pattern of entry where it's like a lot of times when people first come, they're so enthralled. They literally just want to give us everything. It's like, no, please don't give us everything. And
Well,
then-
what's that piece in the back behind
Which one? This one?
the snake bun?
This one. This is by Coco.
Oh, that's cool.
He's going through a new color palette, jewel tones,
Nice.
surrealism.
How much would you sell single drawing for it in marker and
What?
Sharpie.
As much as I can.
What
Who am I selling it to?
if it's okay? What if it's
Green, ruby, red.
like a teddy bear?
Let me ask you this. Do you have the teddy bear?
Like sapphire.
Do I
Like, do you
have
have
a
something
teddy
I
bear?
can look at?
But usually it's like slightly
Um,
muted, but still very saturated and kind of deep. Sure. There's a lot of your.
Say if you drew that.
Okay, now let me ask you this, ready? Because
Yeah.
the answer is a question. If that was sold for whatever price, somebody ended up with it. They bought it, it's not yours anymore. But they came back and said, would you like to buy this back? How much would you pay for that to get it back?
I wouldn't want it back.
I was like, installation.
Because
At all.
generally my thoughts are that you should be willing to buy back your paintings for half of what you sold them for.
Oh, but how much would you sell a single drawing for if somebody's gonna use it for printing
For printing.
on anything?
There's actually I can help you with that. There is a
Inclined to agree with you.
chart
Is
on
there?
the internet that
Do you
tells
want
you.
to send it to me later?
I'll go over it with you. That's a real thing. And so that is something I actually would do, because when it comes to printing, you should make an effort to stay on par with what your contemporaries are doing. Like if you undersell the rights to an artwork, you're kind of killing all the people that make their living off of selling their artwork for rights. Whereas like what we do here generally is we sell, and actually it was written into the contract we had. You maintain your rights over your work when you sell at Rumble House. So some places would have you sign away your rights. Like let's say you sold your piece here, then you would be allowed to. Hi.
How you doing?
Good. Come on in. Are you guys want chairs or?
Oh, just coming to say hello.
Good.
Oh, fun. Oh, hey.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Well, let me know later.
That's so funny. We
You haven't seen me in a long time, so.
yeah. Kathleen just brought a whole bunch. Look, Kathleen just brought this piece.
Yeah,
It's from 2012 from Chen.
crazy.
Isn't that crazy? She just brought all these pieces down from Gorilla House days, and that's funny that you guys stopped in today.
We're probably in tonight. I
Yeah.
always ask people like, what about tonight, Brian?
Oh, like she lives like a couple minutes here, so
Oh,
it's
that's
like
awesome.
nice.
That's so
she
nice.
was wanting to check it
I'm
out.
Jessica. by the way.
Veronica.
Veronica,
Nice to
very
meet
nice
you.
to meet you. Yeah, so this is our funny setup, like the cameras there,
Yeah.
and we live broadcast to Facebook and YouTube.
Oh wow,
Um,
that's so cool.
Yeah, we had to go like all online, but now we're like hybridized because we met a lot of people that don't even live in Calgary anymore. So or don't. So then they can take part from like, and it's like Hollywood Squares kind of. There's people making art from their studios, and then the auction people bid from all over the place. It's really funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so shy. I'm really a leaf like few minutes away from here, and I'm like never like
It's totally like when it's a new place. It's like
Yeah,
we're
it's-
not like
And art
normal.
people are
Like art
assholes.
people are and like so we like our whole thing was to not be assholes, but it still is like a weird
Still
place.
working on
Like we're still working on not being assholes, but yeah. So it's like fun once you come down. And it's like oh, and then now you're part of the family, and then you can come down anytime.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's so cute.
It just makes it easier. The first when you come down, then you're like oh okay, it's not so scary.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
Also, we have figure drawing on Thursdays now.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Sweet. We'll better come on time next time and bring the project.
Yeah,
Do you
totally.
need some supplies? Do you want to get started on something? Is my camera on? I should warn you. These are my Ray-Ban glasses.
Nice.
I'm just fitting. But you got to tell people when you have one because
Yeah.
they're like violations of their
Yeah,
privacy.
I have one too. so-
You have these?
Yeah.
They're so good,
Yeah.
eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Grab a canvas right there.
Oh, I think we're
Come
just coming to
on.
say
Come
hi
on.
today.
Next time.
Yeah.
Next time for sure.
Sorry.
Yeah, because it's
Somebody
really
push it.
No, I just feel like if I didn't come on time, I just, I'm behind.
Well, you could start something
I know.
now and bring it back next week.
Or I can start fresh next
You're right.
week.
I'm still being pushy.
He just wants someone else to start later than him because he just started
I
it.
just started. It's good to see you.
Yeah. Okay, now it's like, this is it. Come back. 100%. It's been so long.
Nice seeing you. Nice meeting you, Veronica.
Yeah.
Take care.
That's weird. That's super weird. I put my headphones on.
Yeah.
So I could videotape.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Clark Lake was playing, which isn't weird, right? But I think Pirate Jenny's about to start.
Weird. Also, you mentioned something. Oh, we were talking about the movie Holes, and then something came up about the guy from Holes on my feed. They really do listen well.
Doesn't bother me at all.
It doesn't. I'm always just like magic.
I'm ready to be assimilated.
It's just so efficient.
I also, all kidding aside, like it sucks that Facebook's being butt faces about the news. But I did buy a newspaper today.
Yeah.
And it smelled so good. And I was like, how can I get some kid to throw this at my door every morning? Like, you know what I mean? I want to time travel. I want a kid on a banana bike with 3 gears to throw newspaper at my front door every morning. I also have to move out of an apartment.
I have that kid. It's once a week, but I have
You have a
that
kid that delivers newspaper?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
All
neat.
around town. We have to because it's how things legally
Well,
work. I don't know why.
I
But
have-
you cannot stop it is the problem. It's the Okotoks Western Wheel, and you try and tell them not to send it to you because it just goes into
Can
your
you
thing.
stop it by not paying for it?
No, we don't pay for it. And we phone them and ask them, please don't give us the newspaper. And we put up signs. And
Is it
they
because you're
still-
anti-paper?
No, I just feel bad because I don't even unwrap it. It's like flyers and a newspaper, and it goes right from my
How
front
long
door
since
into
you've
the
had
thing.
pets?
I have a dog.
Don't you use the paper for the dog?
No, why would I use a paper for a dog?
Oh,
for?
because the dog poops outside.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm gonna start using it to pack my dishes. So it will be used now, but-
Yay!
Do you have a garden?
No, I live in an apartment. Well, I live in a fourplex.
How much time is left there?
An hour.
An hour? I really
Not
thought.
that I take care of, no.
So you can use newspaper to mulch.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
That works really good. And I find it difficult now because nobody takes the newspaper.
Sorry for yelling across the room. Alox, what's your opening bid?
That makes sense.
Is Alox there?
When we had our cabin down in Montana, there were all these newspapers that were always put out every day.
Yeah.
And I would go and like take piles for this same sort of thing. And then I just used to soak them in paper in water and stick them down and just kill the weeds.
Georgia?
Yeah.
We saw you at the symphony. Were we in the same row at the symphony?
Yeah, same row.
Same
Yes, we
row.
were. Yeah.
So I don't want to make that mistake again, unless you purposely don't want to sit with us, which I can kind of understand me, but not Jesse. We are looking at getting tickets to the David Bowie one.
Oh, are you?
Would you like to join us?
No, thank you. Not a fan.
Not a fan of David Bowie?
No. I have very weird taste in music.
What's your
No.
weirdest taste in music? Because we just bought records from an estate sale. And the weirdest looking album turned out to be by far the best album.
Oh,
And
wasn't it like when I gave you the records from my uncle?
Yeah.
There was some weird.
There was some weird ones there. That was a different generation of weird. The generation of weird that was at this estate sale one was like the Red Soviet Army
Nice.
album.
That's hilarious.
Did you ever actually go to the concert when the Soviet Army came to Calgary?
No.
You probably weren't even born.
Maybe not.
I was flashing back to like Dolph Lundgren movies. Like
I was at that concert.
I don't even know if I've seen
was
a Dolph Lundgren movie, but
always fighting them.
That's so fun. Yeah, no, it was really funny. There's some like good Hawaiian
The Hawaiians.
albums.
There's
It's like
there's
we're
the
going on
funniest
vacation.
things. Like we get these like donated record collections because we're the last people on earth still buying records, and it's always the same collections. People in the '60s in Canada bought oompa music and Hawaiian records,
Oh, yes.
and nothing else.
And they bought those sets that Reader's Digest.
Yes,
sold.
yeah, there is sets there, yeah.
But what was
Easy
the deal with
listening and all that stuff.
the Hawaiian records? Is it that my theory was that people went to Hawaii and that was like the only memento you could find. It was a record of the music or something. Like I don't know why they're so consistent with their picks. Stuff you've never heard of. Everybody's got the same albums.
Or was when Elvis did the, what was it, Blue Hawaii?
Blue
Wasn't that him?
Yeah.
Did
I've
it
never
get
seen an
popular
Elvis
then?
Blue Hawaii. It's just this. It could be that these are the
No,
records
but like
that
if it made it popular.
popularized.
Yeah.
I don't know why would popularize the
All
the,
Hawaiian.
Because
Yeah.
do you think there was that many people going to Hawaii?
I think everybody that donated records has been to Hawaii.
But there was that crazy.
That's the theory I'm working
Was it on
on.
the radio or something? That guy called Don Ho or something.
Oh yeah.
Right, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and everybody listens to that, and so they probably had.
Or it could be that those were just the records nobody ever played. And that's what ended up at the end of their collection. You know, like their Supertramp albums were all worn out. And the Hawaiian record lasted. But I really love them. And I also kind of love, my grandpa had a whole bunch of Super 8 film. And he shot all this Super 8 film. And I sat on it for years because I came across the Super 8 film after my projector broke down. Strangely enough, Jess's family had a Super 8 projector. So right when I first met her, I don't even know if we were dating yet. I went over to her house. We set up. I guess we were dating,
Yeah.
but we set up the their Super 8 projector. And like you have to understand, everything I own was packed into 16 milk crates 23 times in the 90s, right? Like I basically owned not 1 ounce more than would fit, not 1 cubic centimeter more than would fit in my 16 milk crates. So that I don't have pictures of my childhood. I have like 1 teddy bear. Like I have no memorabilia, but I always made room for these Super 8 films. When I finally got them up on the projector, and what you do is you shoot the film in the 50s, you put it through the projector, and if it makes it through the projector loop once, you're golden. If it gets caught, you splice it and you try to get through it again. So while you're trying to get through the Super 8 films, you're videotaping it off the wall so that you have a record of it before it melts, right? At first, I was kind of disappointed that there was no pictures of my family. Like my grandpa went on a cruise ship with his Super 8, and he just shot the cruise ship. He didn't shoot my mom. He didn't shoot my grandma. And I thought this is weird because I would have thought there'd be more like Kodak moments than what there was. But like he would go to Cuba and he would shoot what he thought was interesting in Cuba. And I guess he was thinking, well, I got my wife with me all the time, so I don't need to shoot her. So he wasn't shooting my grandmother walking across the street. He was just shooting like walking around the streets in Cuba. And I think because it's a film camera, you hold it right up to your eye versus like what we do now. I realized I was seeing through his eyes. And it didn't really matter that he and my grandmother weren't in the pictures so much as I was seeing through my grandfather's eyes, you know, almost 100 years later.
That's really cool.
But it took some rewiring in my brain because the videos weren't at all what I expected. I thought I would see them. Of course, I thought I'd see him, and it didn't occur to me I wasn't going to see him at all because nobody else shot him on camera.
Right.
But I
There's
also,
no such thing as a selfie or any of that stuff.
but he didn't really shoot my family either. It was just like a street with like an old Chevy coming down the street. It was really magic.
My grandpa used to always forget to turn it off. Then you'd see him rocking because you'd see his feet. And so we have so many home movie videos that my
Video,
grandpa
yeah.
did
Yeah.
where it's video now.
Yeah.
Because he had that giant thing that he would hang onto his shoulder, like for
Yeah.
VHS
Yeah.
tapes in.
And I always thought that was a mistake
And then
when I
they would,
saw how
like, record at the wrong time.
when I saw how people were using video. They'd have a birthday party.
Yeah.
And instead of shooting 3-minute segments that took 6 months to develop, they just leave the camera sitting on the couch for 45 minutes and forget that it was recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where you get the best video. The camera's pointing at the ground and you can hear everybody fighting and nobody's posing for the camera because they forgot they were being videotaped.
That was like my grandpa too. You
Yeah.
knew when he was shooting because no one's heads were in the shots. It, like no one's heads ever made it in the shots when my grandpa was in charge.
Really candid conversations because it was the ground and the conversation.
That's awesome. Hi. How are you? Good.
I gotta roll.
Nice seeing you, Scott.
Have fun. I'll get it done soon. Have fun with it. Thank you for
Nice. That's so fun. That's a good challenge. Have a good night.
Good night.
What was her name for the friend from the gorilla house that showed up tonight? What's his name?
Johnny?
Right. Johnny's the first person I've met that has the same glasses as me.
Oh yeah. Also, we were talking about assholes, and his shirts say his hat said "assholes live forever."
Like, I don't think it was too bad.
There's no
There's some paper.
Yeah.
I was just moving on the food.
What if I one up you and give you a canvas? You got
Tape?
something? Huh?
Do we have to leave it here after we're done?
No, it's yours.
Tanner wants
And Tanner, there are some. I don't know. You can throw out. There's a box of beets. I don't know
It's turned into like a station.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh yes, clear the floor. That's awesome. Just wait. I like that foot.
What's that?
I like that foot.
Yes. It is a worthy foot.
It is a worthy foot.
I would definitely say that.
This isn't Elijah. No,
Isn't it what?
this isn't Elijah.
Elijah?
No,
Grant?
that's not Elijah.
That's Elijah.
Yeah, do you think?
Do I know Elijah?
It's so weird because it's like between you, Elijah, and Oliver now. They all like the style is.
Did you think that was me?
No, I thought it was Elijah because it wasn't you
Why
from
would you
Gorilla
use the
House.
words, "That's
Because
not Elijah"?
because at one time I saw Oliver's drawing of a figure drawing and I was like, whoa, it looked like Oliver, but it like I could really see your lines. And
We
then
absolutely shave each other down.
this one is definitely not yours, but I was like, this really reminded me of Elijah or Oliver, but I was like, this isn't Oliver because he was 10 at that time.
So, but my question is this: I'm not trying to be a jerk.
Yeah.
If you felt it was Elijah,
Yeah,
why would you use the words "This is not Elijah"?
because I don't like being wrong and I am a sociopath.
What would happen if you were wrong?
The world would end. Or just like
You're wrong all the time,
I
and the world is not.
Have you looked around lately?
know, I was just kidding. I know, I don't know what's wrong.
Like, what do you think would happen around here if if you were
Nothing. Nothing would happen.
If you said, "Is this Elijah?" and it wasn't, or what if you said, "I think this is
And
Elijah"?
you're like,
Yeah.
no. Multivariable
I don't know.
calculus, and you're
It's like a
integrating 3 planes and
brain thing I have.
My other question is, who hurt you? Because I don't. There should be no reason for you to be
yes, very
that
basic.
nervous
And
around
this
me.
is now,
I don't even think it's like,
basically like taking a squiggly line and
you know,
talking
like,
about how
even
to
when we were
integrate
talking, it was like
squiggly
Gorilla House, we were
line,
talking about
to a surface.
like good art or what makes good art.
0 to there.
And I remember listening to you guys and you had such like definitive, like you knew, you could look at something, you're like, that's really good. I'm like, that's not. And I was like, how do you guys know? Like,
It's
how?
in Alexander's book.
I know, I learned that after, but like, I just,
Have you learned that?
I attribute it to that point though, listening to you guys, I was really wanting to have that like self-assuredness. And I think I'm coming to the point where I can talk about what I like, but
Can I ask you this?
yeah.
And I don't know why I don't know the answer to this. You did not keep journals as a kid.
Yeah, I did.
You had journals?
Yeah.
Where are they now?
I have quite a few of them in the storage locker
I
there.
think you should read them.
No, it's all the same thing. It's like,
It doesn't matter.
okay.
First of all, I think you should read them.
Okay.
And then second of all, I'm going to have kind of a gender bias conversation about authors.
Interesting.
I was
So like it's very different.
kind of Ethan Hawke age, being kind of an Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
And by that I mean like walking around with my soul patch and my goatee, feeling extra groovy in my corduroy jacket, planning my trip to Ireland to write my great novel for a decade,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And I would hang around other like types like
I
that,
would suggest going.
Lots of Ethan Hawkes.
right? And there's a certain way of greeting each other, like, hey,
everything
hey,
is
yeah,
so
I seen you around.
almost
You know,
exactly
like
the
somehow
same,
by
but not
having
quite.
been seen around it with some level of legitimacy, but
It
there's a
will
whole
just be
layer
so much harder
to all the
pick up
weirdness that we
on
lived through.
because just reading over
And what I
notes
found one day
whatever,
was
all of
um,
my fucking equations,
how strange it was that
it was really, really hard for me
all
to
the male
put
friends I had
Yeah.
were aspiring authors,
Yeah.
were may or may not have started their first book, but had a concept for a book
Mhm.
and would introduce themselves as authors. Didn't know writing,
Yeah.
right? All the female friends I had volumes and volumes
Yeah.
and volumes
I
of
have all
journals
of my
they've been
journals
keeping
still.
alphabetically,
Chronological.
alphabetically, chronologically, chronologically,
Yeah.
since they were children.
Yeah.
Volumes of like,
Right. Yeah.
and they would not call themselves writers.
not memorizing. because
And the
it's
pretentiousness of men versus women, I think,
how
are-
what part does make sense if you know like what the part means. But if you don't go
Yeah.
back and they don't have anybody
Yeah.
explain to you,
What was it?
then it was
See?
I'm deaf in the
She was saying
I'm not sure if I proved your point.
how the value, how like women have been treated over. Oh, now there's a train too. How women have been treated over the years, and how
we weren't treating me like that.
I-
It was just funny timing.
Timing was right.
Yes.
What was, okay. Jess showed me this funny joke today. I had no idea what was funny about it. And it was because this guy was clearly autistic and doing kind of like a Napoleon Dynamite.
I can't party. Have you seen that video? The one it's like, I'm gonna.
She actually pulled it up to share it with me. Like, this is what I think is funny. I was like, I have no idea why that's funny. And I'm not trying to be like highbrow anymore. I used to think it was like, oh, I'm so like high level humor. I realize it's just my autism. I don't get why that's funny.
You're right. As somebody that's like good at math and loves math.
It's real outfit that you.
It was just really a lot harder to figure out what the fuck is going on.
You heard that? Yeah.
Myself.
You don't have to show the whole thing.
Sorry.
Yes, send
I'll
it
send
to
you the thing.
Send it to me. It looks funny. I'm seeing quarters.
Yeah, senses of humor.
All right.
Tonight is funny night.
Okay, so maybe that was insensitive of me. And I'm working my way backwards, saying that didn't mean to be like a lecture on how you have to do more or call yourself a writer.
That's not how I took it.
No,
I took it
but I'm
as
just-
like
I'm
how you
just
thought it
working
was
my way
funny
through it.
these men were thinking of themselves as authors before they even wrote.
Well, I found it awful
That's how-
pretentious, and I
that's how I took
recognized
it.
in my own hypocrisy. Well, the difference was I was actually writing, right? So
Yeah.
I
didn't take
I
it.
had the inclination that I might try writing.
Yeah.
And then at 21, I wrote a 300-page novel.
Yeah.
It wasn't any good. But after I wrote the first 300 pages, I decided maybe I'll consider myself a writer if I start something new. So I would talk about aspiring to write, but I'd put a 300-page novel down. And I knew that my 300-page novel was very light compared to the volumes of writing that the female people I knew that did a lot of writing that wouldn't call themselves writers.
I have all this poetry that I want to type in. I started typing it and I'm like, I want to type it.
Do you have a typewriter?
Yeah. Not anymore.
Do you want to borrow ours? We have 3.
What?
It is such a good way to put your poetry down.
Yeah. And then you could draw
Cool.
with
And
the
then I wanted to
text.
draw
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
I was like, who would get this?
No.
That's not how you do it.
You just do it because you want to.
I did it. I do love. I used to keep notebook and everything. Well, I still do beside my bed because I would wake up.
Yeah.
And write my best poems. Half asleep.
Totally, yeah. And you don't
From
want to
a
forget
dream.
them. Yeah, exactly.
That I would be writing in a dream. Yeah. And some of them I would write. I could even have one in French, one in
That's
Italian.
fun.
One with words.
So you're a poet.
in other
Yeah.
languages. I love it.
You're a multilingual poet.
I love it. I took French poetry classes and Italian. I wish I could have taken, but I have like Italian poets, but also Spanish. Like I have like Pablo Neruda in Spanish.
Oh, that's
with the Spanish and English, so I can like see how much I can write.
Yeah.
That's how close I am, but I love. Always. There's a poet, his name is Michael Fouquet.
Yeah.
I should bring you his books. They're kind of saucy, more than kind of saucy. But
Bodice rippers? About pirates.
yes, about saucy pirates. But actually, he probably does have one.
Probably.
Because of the way he writes. But they're like stories and poems and short and some long, and they're like.
So.
And then I don't know, I've got like 3 of his books. I don't know, sometimes when you're alone with poems, just like reading poetry is nice.
Softcast now, so. Yeah.
That is lovely.
Somebody asked me last week when I started writing poetry, and it started for me with an iPad.
Oh, lovely. That is
Do you want to
fantastic.
read? I might have something.
Picture.
It's 8:24.
I'm looking at this one tonight. I forgot all my brushes. Oh, there's one brush. Well.
I can give you a brush if you need a brush.
It's a mess. I need to keep that brush. Sure. I didn't know it's a camera.
Are you asking for a brush?
Sure, I'll take the tiny one.
Here's the tiny one.
I didn't want you tiny. You're painting, but.
No, read it on the thing.
No.
Accent?
My therapist is trying. I'll read it.
Okay.
She smiled.
Do you want to read it at her?
During the night?
Yeah.
I can, but will you
It would be really
sad?
powerful if you read it on the mic.
Will you be sad?
It won't make me sad, but I'm autistic. That's part of the spectrum. Do you want me to be sad? I can work that out.
Wait.
Like I've learned that.
What would be the appropriate response that you would like me to match?
That's so funny because
Let me know ahead of time.
that with Luca because sometimes he's ADHD and he has
Just
anxiety
take cues,
disorder,
right?
But when he was little, I swear he was autistic. I even brought him to get tested, and
Wow.
they said because he showed his family love and was close, they said, well, he's not. But I swear,
Autism is a spectrum.
that's what I said. Now there's more research, and I bet you if they went back now, they would say something because of that very thing. Sometimes he just doesn't necessarily show the right emotion in this situation. I don't know.
At some point in my life, I learned about mirroring,
Yeah, and that's how I feel is.
and I was so relieved because basically, whatever anybody says to me, I just mirror it back to them. And I assume that's how they want to be spoken to. And so when they don't want to be spoken the way they speak, it's quite a lesson for everybody. Wait, were you gonna read your poem?
I did not draw it.
I don't know when to stop pushing.
Stop.
I said I'll
She
do
brought
it.
it over and showed it to me.
She was good.
I'll read it. I said. But it's sad, is all I'm saying. I don't want everybody to be sad, but I'll read it.
It might not be sad for everybody. That might be joyous for some people.
Where did you say the brushes are?
I am the brushes. Come get it.
I do. Do you want a little one like this? Sure.
You might want to rinse it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I just used ink, but I did. Thank you. Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's. Thank you.
Chelsea, I did on a piece last week when I left. it.
Oh, I have it for you.
So I guess I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Yes, I marked it down for you. I was your substitute teacher.
Brilliant. I owe you because I haven't been here for what, a month?
Looks
How did it become a month all of a sudden?
I thought you liked.
Just really disappeared.
Last week I said, where the hell is Chelsea?
I know. I don't know what happened. I was sick and then I was away and then I was away and then I was.
And then you had family, she said. And
I was gearing up for the
I don't like you anymore.
Chelsea has to do something else with her speech.
No. It was just a busy month.
Exactly.
you got me
Like later.
Did you go later? I did. I went up to my mom's in Alberta for a while.
Yes.
Northern Alberta.
Bonneville.
North of that.
There's nothing north of Bonneville.
There is. There's a whole river.
There's the Northern
Peace
Lights and that's
River.
it.
Yep. It was really great.
St. Paul,
really
St. Paul,
hot.
north of Bonneville.
Is St. Paul north of Bonneville?
Yeah, cool.
That green color looks like it's when you just.
You know, it's sad when you hit Edmonton and you're still not halfway there.
Oh gosh,
One thing I find sad is when you hit that one laner. 'Cause every time I get to the one laner, that's when I get behind a Coke truck.
Yeah.
And I realize, oh, this is why people buy those sporty cars. It says they
Yeah, I don't have a very zippy car.
I remember one time, what was when my grandpa passed away. Robin and I drove to Bonneville,
Something like that.
and
Details.
I was behind a Coke truck forever, and it just didn't seem safe to pass. So driving like a Yaris, and I really resented my Yaris only the one time driving that to Bonneville.
Yeah.
And then we finally got ahead of this Coke truck, and then we're passing. Actually, no, St. Paul was before Bonneville because we're passing St. Paul. And Robin goes, "Can I go to the bathroom?" And I was just like, "We're not getting behind that Coke truck again. If you go to the bathroom, we're staying for 5. That Coke truck's going to be safely at home and in bed before we start back on this highway again because I could not take it."
I take it from you or did you? No, bring it. Yes, I got it.
I find those drives are really good to lean into like some super sciencey or philosophical podcasts because you kind of stuck there and then you just spend your time thinking.
Mm.
I used to have good music playlists and now I just listen to podcasts about
Why not?
physics.
That's pretty fun.
Things that I don't understand and I don't need to understand because then you stay awake because you're thinking. And you're like, what? I don't understand.
Jess is starting to ease into my autism as well, where I like to listen to 5 things at once. So I see her like stressing sometimes, like I want to watch a movie and I want to listen to music. Like we could do both. She's like, I'm not ready for that.
You save here. Yeah. I've been floating down the river several times already, you know. Oh, yeah, I got to play around with that. I got a couple of them actually, so that, no, if my friends want to come with me, I'll just.
No, you will not.
I'll tie a couple of them together and.
He said he was on really like this weekend.
It's fun, I do it pretty almost every day. You can get my nails, it's a lot of sunscreen on. You don't want to pay it.
What podcasts were you listening to at that?
There's some called the Huberman Lab that are really good.
You know what you might like, if you like that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Is I really like a writer named Robert J. Sawyer. He writes science fiction and he uses modern science to do it. So everything I know about the giant hadron collider came from books that he wrote that integrated whatever was happening cutting edge physics
Oh, my God.
was part of the narrative.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, he was for a little while.
Oh.
His book was turned into a TV show called I forgot.
Oh, that's so sad.
It was a pretty neat show.
Come on, I know.
I don't know if it lasted.
Well, this Huberman guy, he's a prof at Stanford.
Yeah.
So what do we listen to? We listen to your brain's reward circuit that drives your choices and applying a growth mindset, how to shape your identity and goals. Sounds very self-helpy, but it wasn't. There was a lot of science behind it. And then there was some more sciencey ones. They were really good though.
You can make a real life game out of growth mindset.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
That's actually, before I learned about growth mindset, I was kind of implementing it through the COVID event, where instead of saying not yet, I was saying maybe we're not looking at this right.
Yeah.
And every time things got shittier, I would say maybe we're not looking at this right, and I would try and find the most ridiculously positive way to interpret this horrible situation we're in. And strangely enough, as much as I was doing it to annoy my friends and family, I really improved my own tone and attitude towards life by coming up with these ridiculous interpretations. Like, oh, they want me to teach
8
5
classes
subjects.
in one period?
Yeah, 5 classes in one period. They must really believe in me.
Yeah.
And my other contemporaries are like, this is impossible. How do you teach 8 classes in one period? I'm like, they just really think I'm capable. Well, how are you supposed to get all your outcomes? I can't imagine they expect me to get my outcomes. They give me 8 classes in 5
Right.
periods. You must know that's impossible. So I just stopped worrying about outcomes.
What? Kids didn't carry.
Actually,
They're happy,
when
we're
you
happy.
stop stressing about it, and then you go to your report cards and start thumbnailing through the outcomes you started with,
You have done them because.
they are so bang on. When you force feed the kids to try and make them do the outcomes, when you get behind that wheel and you start panicking, you start like trying to correct for the kids, you never have what you need. But if you let it grow authentically, it's like it's like farming. You can't scream at the plants to grow.
Old cars.
And then Jess had this expert come in, and she was telling me at the end of the day, she has a habit of telling me something kind of went wrong by saying it was great. So, do you remember that specialist came in? She's like, oh, and then at the end of the day, she's like, we should have lunch sometime, and you can tell me how you meet the outcomes. I'm like, that sounds like teacher's talk.
Really, just hang out inside.
I don't believe. And I was really mad about that. Remember? Not you, not that she would like challenge you in that manner.
Be Chacho like that.
Like, if you're gonna make a comment like that, then stick around and stick around and listen to how I reach the outcomes. Just don't drop it on me that you're coming back to check.
It obviously didn't affect me, but yes, yeah.
That's the kind of thing that does affect me.
Yeah.
And only because I still care about credibility and things like that. Not to say you don't. A lot of people just do their thing and think the ATA is going to protect them. But I also find if I start explaining the outcomes to them, it's harder to get rid of people.
Yeah.
I buy all my paper oversized. And if you want paper, like you come down from the social department and ask for paper, I'll give you the lecture on different kinds of paper and different uses of paper. And if they survive my explanation for different kinds of paper and they're still there wanting paper, then I just give them these huge sheets and they go, oh, can you just cut them? I'm like, the paper cutter's over there. And then they never come back. So I don't have to worry about my paper budget.
Yeah, that's what I did one year because I was like, stop. I had to send an email and I didn't want to be cranky, but I'm like, you guys, I need a school budget paper and I will order it. I will do whatever. I don't care. I will house it. Whatever, but I don't want to give everyone this nice paper I bought, right? When I was in Helena, and then I said, and FYI, you need to come before class, lunchtime, or after school, not when I'm in the middle of teaching or doing something with a kid and also like, can I have paper? No, you can't. So one day I was, because it ended up being like, I got really, and I'm not a snarky person normally, but I was like, no, you cannot. Who are you here for? And I said, tell them they can come after school. Because it was like the 5th kid and it was just happened to be that kid.
But
then I did end up like, this is your guys' paper. There's slots for it, types, colors. After school, morning, lunch, I don't care. Come get it.
What always comes out is
I know we come in Bucky all the time.
Oh,
but at least
Mrs. So-and-so says you have to give us paper. And it's like,
no, the thing that I do is, I was smiling because sometimes it's like they ask for poster paper and it's not even from the teachers. It's the kids have a poster assignment and they're supposed to buy a poster. It's like, can I have a poster paper? I'm like, no, we don't have poster paper. And then the kids in the art room are like, they look at me and they're like, yeah, we have paper. I'm like, no, we have art paper. Like, I bought art paper. They can go to the dollar store and get a poster paper.
What do you think poster paper is? I mean, that's of course that's
Yeah. Well, I don't even go there. I'm like, we don't have poster paper.
Okay, here's my parrot, Jenny.
Oh my, look at that foot! That is such a good foot. Guess what? I'm going to stop the feed in 5 minutes.
No, there's 20 minutes left.
Yeah, but we have
to
stop
the feed in 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes.
I use gold ink too.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
I mean, you could literally fry an egg and you go out and fry an egg in the car. Stand outside, it's like a hot dog burger in your face, except no air.
Hi, how are you? Good. Very nice to see you.
It's
Oh,
kind
no.
of in the middle, you know. I mean, it's just
Oh, words are already escaping me. Nah.
Nebraska would be technically.
Do you want me to make you some tea?
No, I need water. But when I finish the live feed, I'll get some.
Oh, I was just kidding about don't shut off the live feed. Are you still on the live feed?
Yeah.
I should be.
I said in 5 minutes because at 8:45, I like shutting it down at 8:45. I'm not taking anything the way you think I'm taking stuff. I'm having a really nice time. Everything is awesome. Actually, can I tell you, it really set it up for niceness when we had time just to watch a movie and like organize stuff.
Yeah. That tells you something, eh? The style of your life when World War Z relaxes you.
There's like screaming. I'm like,
I actually just crush it.
I'm
And then
so
I thought,
relaxed.
maybe there's something wrong with me. My little.
Oh my gosh, that's really good.
Why do you watch crime shit? What is the thrill of that?
I don't know.
I do actually love it.
There you go.
And
There's
the
that.
ink and the seeds in her hair, the flowers.
So it has a
Pirate Jenny.
It's very
beautiful. I feel like you're opening
The way I got it.
I love the ink.
I love it. I miss it actually now that I used it.
Yeah.
I used to always do ink and watercolor. I just love how it like you don't even need like a smidge.
Yeah.
Or your brush.
Just
kind of
flows. That's what
really know.
Is it better if they're real?
I watch almost all documentaries.
Did you watch I,
I
Tonya?
did not. Yeah.
The movie.
I
Did you enjoy that?
No, I don't know.
Well,
I felt bad for her. I still feel bad for her.
Tonya or yeah?
Not.
Did you have a hard time like settling into it? Like Tanya's the bad guy, Tanya's the bad guy. Wait a minute, I'm empathizing with Tanya.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like she was used and abused.
I found that was a really interesting film to move past that bias. And it happened with the movie about Mike Tyson.
Yeah, my dad.
And it happened again with when I read about the Black Panthers.
Did you watch the Tupac's with his mom though?
No.
It's really, and it was.
I've read about his mom. I know more about his mom than you.
Yeah, no, so it was him and his mom, the parallels between the two of them, his life and his mom's life. It was actually a very beautiful.
I like
Yeah.
It was called Hang On, I think, because I love Langston Hughes, the poet, and would always use his poem to my son with Tupac's Hang On song to show like the different points of view. And anyway, but the documentary was, I like documentaries because I feel like sometimes if you already know a little bit about it, I don't get such crazy anxiety.
Oh, that's nice.
And then
I get anxiety watching Romeo and Juliet, and I know they're still gonna die every single time.
at the end, no, I know, and then
But
like,
sometimes I'm like,
I
maybe
have
they'll
to
make it this time.
Sometimes I have to look up the endings because I need
Exactly.
Do you have a cube or we have one cable, but we need our phone for the auction, and we'll both get
I have a
it.
cable in my car if you have an extra cube.
Here. She said just about.
Yeah, I don't have a cube right now.
Yes.
There's a
For-
cube right
did you
there
say
in
just?
that socket, and you can put it. You see? Look right there by the drink.
Yeah.
You can have that cube.
There's a cube there. Okay.
And then you'll need to
But you
borrow a
run into
cable.
my car and I'll get the cable. I'll need the cable back, but you can.
Yeah, no rush.
And after that, I was
But-
like,
Yeah, no, like, that cable is like, we need it, there's no. I need to stop feeling bad.
I love that first perspective.
What do you mean? She's got a really big foot.
One big foot. Okay, lovely people at
Biggest
home.
foot ever.
We. Oh, and I put this up on
Flat.
top.
It's good. Flat. Yeah, just.
You can't see it yet, but you're gonna see it at the auction. Pirate Jenny. If we.
Well, actually, I need to do something.
Okay. We are going to stop the live feed, and then we are going to start a new live feed for 9 o'clock for the auction. So there are so many beautiful pieces of artwork up on the event Rumble 533. So if you find that on Facebook, event Rumble 533, and go through the discussion. It's all like most of the artwork that's going to be up and involved. And then come find us in 15 minutes, 9 o'clock for the live auction online, YouTube and Facebook. Thank you. Bye, Kelly. Thank you, Dusty. Thank you, Kelly. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Usually outside.